anything about it?
bullet
No.
is safely sealed away in a plastic
yes.
bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date and location the bullet was found.
Okay.
The squished little thing has no idea. I know. You should find the gun that shot this bullet.
Sell it for profit. Yep.
That sounds like something a police detective would do.
Yep.
First, you should learn all you can about this little guy. Then find the gun that shot it and the person that gun belongs to. He used it to kill your victim. Neato.
Okay. Let's check it out later.
The bullet is still safely sealed.
You just need to sleep before anything else. Managed to... Oh, we need to take a shower first before
This
we
is
sleep.
not the cleanest bathtub in the world, but it's cleaner than you are right now. Ah, that soap
shit.
scum smell. It smells like life, at least compared to you.
I want to live forever with the cold smell. Memento mori and stuff. Okay,
The
let's take a
bathtub
shower.
slowly fills with water. The water beckons.
Alright.
The water is only lukewarm, but still comforting. Like amniotic fluid. A few beer cans are bobbing up and down along your flanks, like sad duckies.
Shit. Take it out.
Now you are alone with your thoughts in the tub. But it's easier than being alone with your thoughts outside the tub. They're not even really thoughts, just assorted sensations. None of them acute enough to focus on.
Imagine?
You see the corpse. You can still smell the cadaver on you. It's going to take more than one bath to get rid of that stench.
Oh, shucks.
Then, houses along a narrow street. A video rental. Darkness on the planet's curvature. Your fingers grow pale and are covered with tiny whirls as the water cools. What are you doing? You're not some fat fish in a fucking aquarium. Time to get moving. The waterline recedes as you stand. You are
Okay,
cold now.
level.
Your clothes stick to your still moist skin. The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours.
Let's sleep.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes.
This is some seriously hiring
And then
detective job.
Sleep doesn't. And then sleep doesn't come.
What?
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening.
The heck is this, man?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Really? Check the pillow.
Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. Smells of alcohol and sweat.
Oh, shit.
And grease. It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing, a bit tense in the muscles. Relax, breathing. Are you sure? Your heart beats a little bit faster at this unnerving thought.
Oh no.
It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Nah, no more thoughts.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Dreams. I see 'em. What the... Okay. We are in the dream world, I believe. What the hell, disco? Is that me over there? Serious?
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
Shit. was born in a hospital where people usually go to die. What in the world
What
is
it says
this?
on the can, Harry? Answer the question.
Harry? Oh, okay. So that's my name, eh? Nothing.
Do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
It's who? Wife? Really?
Do you remember the warmth of her thighs between her legs and in her mouth?
I'm not answering. Nah, we gotta keep calm. I left.
Oh no, funky baby, you stayed. It was the rest of it that left. Or you just stood there with one hand on the bottle and the other on your dick,
Shit.
watching it go. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
Oh, I can always get it all back, right?
No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
Oh yeah, that's the keyword. What is it?
Everything. The pale and the useless. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them.
No.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding? You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage.
So something is wrong.
Oh,
Sleep shouldn't be this bad,
Repeated
this dry,
brain.
this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
there's another
Oh
time.
yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
What the heck? Oh, fully recovered. Yeah, I gotta check out the union boss. Oh, shoot. Let's do a normal save, I guess. This would be... just quick save.
Good going, buddy. Yes. Wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night. You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think. It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline. Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday, despite your debilitating hangover. How else did you think you even got up from this floor?
So it's like some kind of drug.
It's power, man. It's professionalism.
Let's go.
Of course, Martinez is Speed Central. You and Speed will be happy again. You will make her come home. This time, it will be different.
Find the speed and sniff it. And there's a lot of quests on Monday. Oh. Oh, it seems like that thing is open. And Kim is like waiting for me or something. Nope, I'm not gonna talk to Kim yet. Run! Run! No! Okay, fine. Let's talk.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
Oh.
I'm
Rowdy.
ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union. These men here, men who drink beer for breakfast, there's talk of an armed wing of the Union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them. Everything points to the Dock Workers Union. The belt used for hanging him, tracks in the mud, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information. Which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy.
Let's go reinforcement,
That
yo.
would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debardeur's Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head.
He's not exaggerating about that mortal danger. Just calmly factoring it in. Your fists clench and your pulse rises uncomfortably.
That's
One more
real.
thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
What?
Good. A power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first. Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms.
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Okay, so this is the Union, I guess. What's up, lady?
Just a moment, officer. And there's no public phones nearby?
She's agitated and keeps
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry
Ooh.
for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway.
Oh,
Now then. Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping the Union office
Oh.
probably has a phone, but I can't really get there or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead. The manager was vague about it.
Why would he be vague? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi, may I ask what you needed to use the phone for, madame?
oh,
To let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel. Oh, forgive me for not introducing myself. My name is Lena, and my husband and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
okay.
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags.
But you have more important things to worry about.
Yep. Let's go.
Surely things can't be that bad.
I hope you're right. They are
You
catastrophic.
know where we are, right?
Yeah.
That's right. And where is the whirling itself located?
In hell.
Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of Revachol. Yes. And Revachol?
It used to be cool in the 30s. What?
The new disco dancing. It seems like a lifetime ago. Much has changed, but it is still the most beautiful city in the world. A rare jewel set in the sand between the pines. Everyone says so, even foreigners. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
Yep, I remember it's 51.
That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Ooh.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there. But now she relaxes her shoulders. Outside, spring rain seeps into the cracks in the walls and the cobblestone streets and into grated storm drains, all the way down into the sewers. Above ground, the first maybells blossom.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What
What?
mode of government?
Well, I don't think it's 3, 4, 5, 6. Some kind of democracy. Is that a 1, 2 or... Yeah, either 1 or 2.
Oh, sweetie, it's really not. There used to be people who thought that way. Other people who wanted. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no dictatorship of the proletariat.
But they still have cops.
Oh dear, and you were doing so well. There aren't really any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution, but we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
Ooh.
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new. Something different.
Well,
The
2
rest
years
of the world
ago.
didn't like it, so
My God.
they came and ended it. It has something to do with everything.
Uh-oh.
You were doing quite well up until the end there. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality, in a word. It's very odd,
A sigh. The lieutenant buries.
but maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so
She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good.
someone more educated in sweeping matters.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a police officer.
Of course. Then, I don't know, someone rich maybe. Wealthy people are educated, though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez. But thank you, sweetie. You did make me forget about my worries for a while.
Okay.
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the waterlock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
Maybe they're stuck because of the water. I remember the water dam is going to be open on Wednesday.
The waterlock. That was broken. Could this be it?
Yeah.
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I'd trust him with my husband's life any day. Oh my. What happened to the waterlock? Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you, you've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband. And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the waterlock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
Right.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
Okay, we got some kind of scientist.
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
It's a
Cryptozoology.
pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect her.
Oh, come on, Lieutenant.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
The quality of research at Revacholian universities has been on the decline, but you doubt there was ever a time when cryptozoology was embraced by the academic elite.
Ooh.
Oh dear, I'm not sure where to begin. Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle. Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame.
Like,
and
hey.
he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
Yay.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case. We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most
16.
numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow. Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and well, here we are.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
Right.
I hope I've been useful.
Rare insect.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
No, I want to look.
Well, it's a phasmid.
Ah yes, Phasmatodea. A
Phasmatodea.
diverse group of insects whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of thing.
Where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast. Hence it's named the Insulindian phasmid.
There's a touch of awe in the way she enunciated the creature's name.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists.
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you. It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
Okay.
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds.
Interesting. Maybe the phasmid made the teenagers make out.
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly.
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes sparkle behind her glasses.
I suppose I have something of a personal connection to the Insulindian phasmid. All scientists have their little hobby horses.
Dangerous?
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully? Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie. Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years. Centuries, even.
That's not special at all. Of course it blends in. Most insects do. You don't even have to be a stick insect for that.
Right.
Oh, dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
Oh, wait. Level up.
Guillaume Le Million.
Guillaume Le Million.
Bad news.
Uh-oh.
Guillaume Le Million did not become a cop.
It's really a
In
bad
38, he went on a tour to the Sinyao province in Safre,
Ooh,
where
nice.
he died of
Oxygen is
autoerotic asphyxiation. His body was found hanging from a decorative dragon tree in
This is
his
good.
junior suite amid drug paraphernalia, unwholesome objects, and the Sylvia Trainer single, Wonderland, skipping in the background. And yes, you can take this as a metaphor for Revachol in the 30s, and also as a warning.
Yay. You're researching, which is good. Okay, quick save and then roll that thing.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are.
Oh.
There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Oh, I'd be delighted.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
Good day, excellent. Okay, just
He
one.
nods and assumes cryptids. Let's hear about all the interesting cryptid. Ooh, tough choice there.
Oh. Is that a cryptid on this pen you gave me?
Yes. It's the kind green ape. Half war story, half undiscovered species in the genus Homo. Yes, it was reported by soldiers in South Safra during the war.
Ooh.
The kind green ape would visit bunkers during the night, healing wounded soldiers with its saliva. Indeed, there is. It's our closest relative among the cryptids. Same taxonomic family, different genus, which is to say the kind green ape is a species with which we share a common ancestor and that evolved parallel to our own, just like your partners.
Ma'am, you're confusing him.
Please don't misunderstand me, either of you. Human, as it is used in everyday speech, is hardly a taxonomic category, though zeolites do have some distinguishing characteristics.
Yes, advantages such as the flakier texture of zeolite earwax, or so I've heard. Nothing inspires pride in one species quite like speculative evolutionary biology. Perhaps we've had enough of that for today.
Okay, just one.
Of course, dear.
Rio, that is a lot of money
Let
then.
me handle this.
You seem a little different today. Less hospitable.
You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
Oh.
Not a muscle moves in her face, but her eyes trace yours, stern and perceptive.
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him. That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The district of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
Oh.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Obviously, I'm a lawyer,
Oh.
a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. I would urge you to consider what you say to my clients.
A lawyer? Really? Okay, that is weird.
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez? What are we going to do to you? The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress. Aggressive, you make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
Just dock workers? Do dock workers spy on the police? We let you off easy, miss. Don't think it will happen again.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
Oh.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
Oh. Socialist. Huh. Yeah, let's go with strong.
Get sober. Do your job. Ask your questions and get the hell out of Martinez.
Woohoo.
It's clear you like the hard stuff, Brota. Evening falls. The time has come to take the vow. The vows are blood and flesh.
The heck is that?
Lower intestine. The term is metabolic and circulatory system. Fascism, Brota.
What?
Many things, but it's mostly about trusting your gut. Who does your gut tell you is the source of Revachol's problems?
My gut is telling me. And then sure, leftist, liberal. Nah.
Quit stalling, Bruta. We're talking about the weakest, worst, most insane thing. The weak link.
The weakest link, eh? I don't know, man. Foreigner?
Yes, them. But also Wermen.
Woman?
Wermen. Men of Wer. You don't like them. They're insane. Their idiocy needs to be scrubbed off this world with rubbing alcohol. Woo men need to go back to the fucking kitchen. That's what fascism boils down to. The rest is also important. But the main thing is that woo men need to know their place. Stomach truth. You're having a stomach truth because you've said the hard things that others won't say. The good things You've said them many times.
Huh.
Okay, yes, let's call it that. Good thinking. That sounds much better. Traditionalism. You like the sound of that. You're going to keep your vooz, right? Keep your vooz, Brota.
The heck is this? Okay.
For the nation, smart. Best not to mention the woo men too often. That's why you're the head and I am the stomach.
Not woman, I'm sorry. Okay,
Of
okay.
course you are, Bruta. Of course.
Okay, I got a new thought right there. Composure. I need another slot for this. Go. Okay, you're not gonna go there. Oh wait, you're not gonna be able to talk. Okay.
Whoa. What have we here? A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
True, they never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of Revachol looks better, though. The bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time, after all. It's nothing to worry about.
Okay, he just ignores it.
This reality.
Yes, reality is your side case.
Ah, yes, the episode. Sounds like an acute case of encephalopathy now that I think of it.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly well. He only needs a lowdown on all of reality.
A lowdown,
We
right?
may be here a while then. Ask away, officer. I'll help however I can.
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
We're in Martinez, baby. Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour. North of the 881 and Jamrock. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten even. Shelled to smithereens during the revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year. I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before, as a teenager. Not a lot has changed. This place used to be a province, a workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its work. The reeds are the real star of the show here now. The further down the coast, the wilder it gets. It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol, and the bay feeds into the ocean. Yes, we're on an island in an ocean.
Known to the early Revacholians as Les Immensités Bleues, the blue immensities.
Les Immensités Bleues.
Caillou, as you already know. Imagine a pebble. A smoothed over pebble amidst a great blue sea, misshapen, cracked. The cracks are the River Esperance. Revachol. Revachol is what you call a city, the great kind. History detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine and Ile Marat, in the DeLorean century. 380 years ago.
Oh.
They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connected
huge.
tissue. It's where the money is. Oh, we're quite a way off. About?
A sparkle of lights on the horizon, like morning stars above the curvature of the planet.
22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are Insiacom. Coalition government in Cylindian Mission Command.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. There is no recognition, only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
We are where we are. I have no truer answer to give, unfortunately.
This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown.
A lowdown. I can't do this yet. I need another loot.
This has been informative. Thank you, man. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask, about even more fundamental aspects of reality. Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Ma'am, Messier will be here later too, and tomorrow. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
It's better not to eat all your candy at once.
Indeed. I'm always at your service.
Ooh. Impossible. What? Okay, let's go later.
Glad to have been of assistance.
Oh,
Snow covers the white on blue police livery of the motor carriage. The white colors nearly do something important, something murder-related. There's always something important. This is a Caprice Kanema, the Caprice Motor Corps follow-up to their highly successful workhorse, with its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine, driving the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual gearbox. Even at a standstill, the unibody Caprice Kanema looks sleek and dynamic. The cabin is tilted frontward to give it a more aggressive, hunched look. Someone has waxed it recently.
locomotion.
You want to take a closer look? 130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there.
Mama's serving us some serious macaroni.
7.2. Supercharged.
Wow.
Yes. An extraordinary machine.
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing into it. Helium headlights would improve the range and quality of the visual field a lot.
Helium headlight.
Actually, I have a pair at home. Just haven't gotten around to fitting them yet. I need to lay some wiring for the ballast first. Maybe. Yes, definitely maybe.
And means no.
And means no.
You're back. Good. I'm afraid I can't say any more until we've taken care of formal protocol. Of course, the situation is extremely volatile. The sooner we can speak about this lynching business, the better for all of us. I'm afraid I can't say any more until we've taken care of
She's a negotiator. Just float.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bar.
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right step. Or you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Uh-oh.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective. Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance and, not volunteer us to be her henchman. This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands. No, if there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching.
Very well. It's done and demand for information briefly. Okay.
You're back. Good.
Okay.
It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing.
Ingredients for what?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
Shit, yeah, baby. It's the party
There we go
pipeline.
again.
Why would you want to shut that down?
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wildpine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, man. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients, yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrart and the Dockworkers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link. The lorries. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they are vulnerable.
How convenient that they're stranded like beached whales at that roundabout.
Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
Roundabout?
Her irises are light green, like the river Esperance in bright daylight, upstream where it's clearer.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you. How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves. Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
It sounds like she tried looking into it herself, but she's clearly not the type your typical lorryman would confide in.
Right.
No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However, this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the trade committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue. Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable, the weary.
A cold breath rushes in from the bay, making its way down the alleyways and potholed streets. From Martinez to Jamrock, in the traffic you hear the clinking of glass vials, concealed beneath tarpaulin.
The literage
Check it
the
out.
local producers must get from this terminal alone must be oceanic.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
Ah.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand. We did. On more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
That gave me the power control.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, here's your chance, officers. The two might even be connected.
Or not. Though, if you have evidence to the contrary, I'm eager to hear it.
As eager as I am to share it, Lieutenant, once the job is done.
Okay.
Yes? Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for a few more days at least. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
A waft of flowers and caramel reaches you where you're standing.
Right. Take out the
man
body.
is decomposing visibly now. Every hour, he looks less like a creature and more like a pile of intestines. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Oh. Takes the body away. You work alone for the rest of the day.
All right. I
Yep.
can drive him to processing today, no problem, since we stalled with this. But this does mean I will be gone for the rest of the day. Work on the case, tend to personal matters, try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this.
This means Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave until tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, you're free to do side tasks and even the main case, though it might be more difficult.
Uh-oh.
If you have nothing to do, read books or sit on the bench on the plaza.
I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands.
Okay, we're gonna go the Union boss with his help. Then I think we'll send it off. We can do the side quest.
Looks like someone. When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can...
Yes, you could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your
Yay!
day.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous... That machine is a Kvalsund 1020 HK.
Is it? But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here. The cloak? Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meters tops.
Let's
Whenever you're
go.
ready to do it, I'll be right behind you.
As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses. Ankles tingling from the tension,
Yeah.
blood roaring in your ears. You are ready for your rendezvous with the concrete pavement. Martinez goes about its daily routine as you soar through the air. The loud voices of
nice.
protesters mix with the engine sounds from the traffic jam. Also, you should be having a drink right now. You should have a bottle of alcohol in your hand right now. Don't be ridiculous. Of course not.
What the hell?
What have you done to my precious alcoholic friend? You're no fun anymore.
Ooh.
As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive.
I knew you could do it. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, But at least we can explore the harbour now.
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbour rushes back in.
All right. You know, the last time we saw something here. Elysium. Le Jardin. Magnesium, nice. Office shades. Ooh. Heck is this?
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel.
Oh, King Friesel.
Because white antlers are one of the symbols of communism. A shameful way to treat a former king. Even one as underwhelming as Friesel. Because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire. You see, to your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. No advertisements, you notice. So who's funding this radical commentary? After rifling the pages with your thumb, the magazine is divided into several sections. International developments. Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name, but like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée. Perhaps they've overestimated the market demand for this kind of commentary. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture...
What do you expect? It was laying around the office of the Debardeur's union.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before. This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bear wrestling. Flip back to that.
What the heck?
It seems to be part of a new public fitness initiative in the People's Republic of Samara, SRV. According to this extremely credulous account, Uncle Sport, as he's affectionately known to his people, has recently decreed bear wrestling the national sport. Of course not. The article makes plain that this is man on bear, or in some cases, woman on bear competition. According to the SRV's Ministry of Information, the program has been a tremendous success. Public support stands at 87%, and youth obesity and alcoholism rates are down 12% and 7%. Precisely. For too long, drink has been a scourge to the working class. This is all ass backwards. Drinking makes it easier to fight a bear. Plus, then you'll have a bottle to smash on his head. Easy peasy.
The Samaran People's Republic? No, I should expect not. Why do you ask? I suppose that would be something to see.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective. The Tip Top Tournée is an inter-Isolari racing series, mostly known for its high speeds, ludicrous sponsorship deals, and high death toll. In Revachol, it's held quadrennially on the prestigious Zero Carousel. This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A. You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of where to even start. For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships. And then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes. So, all of it, basically.
We got some new. Wait, Plastic Echo is done. Power move. I gotta wait for it.
Oddly enough, this article has 2 bylines. Nasteb Encolada Bernal. Under capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price. Thus, the so-called tourney becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers, and that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, at the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
No. Okay, violence.
You see, one cannot avoid the conclusion that Tip Top Tourney is simply the apotheosis of spectacular entertainment under capitalism.
I can safely say the thought had never crossed my mind, Detective.
Oh.
I'm sure most things are, if the young men who wrote this article are to be believed. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a large grain of salt.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of content. Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dockworkers' strike. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbour red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. A city in revolt. First, we take Martinez. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Capeside apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent. The writer G. Martin remarks dryly that capitalists love wealth redistribution, so long as it's only redistributed upward. It's true, the rentiers have been bleeding you dry. You really ought to find your own place one of these days. You flip back to the front of the magazine.
Okay, that's enough for a magazine. We got some unlocks.
Caustic Echo.
Is it good? I hope it is.
Splat. Splatity splat, Harry. You know what that means? It means the shit has fallen off the stick and it's bad again. You lost something and it's not your gun. It's not your badge. It's not your uniform. You can find all of those things. No, the child Echo was left by the one thing you will never find again. Not even if you dive into the sea in search of it. It's the love of your life, Harry. The scent is everywhere. The sound is in everything. The alarm goes off at 3. The 15th Indo tribe. Because there was. The 15th Indo tribe was comprised of 8 kids from Forberg and North Jamrock, running from wild dogs in the valley. Hiding scents under rocks and stealing clothes off clotheslines, and sometimes even the copper wiring of phone lines. You may have been one of them. This must be a childhood memory. The 15th Indo tribe was your Indo tribe, set to rule in Celinda. The rest of the kids are dead now. Car accidents and drug overdoses. Only you remain.
Interesting. Pick all the green stuff to get money. Yay. Yay. Ooh. This. Oh. Fuck the Union leader.
On second glance,
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave the...
let's see what's inside. The drawer opens with hundreds
Open,
of
open,
documents
open.
containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out, and the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. The drawer slide. File cabinet stands steady as ever. Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentrate. It appears to be a to-do list. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everart's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out.
Evrart Claire, probably. The head of the Debardeur's union. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating him.
What is so special about this borscht? Code for drugs? Remember, Leo, all items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
It's
The
all
drawer
done.
slides shut.
Oh,
Fairweather,
it's
feed
done.
500. Remember that weakness you were looking for in the ceramic armor?
alright.
Like, maybe it can only stop small, fast projectiles, but a large, slow-moving
Enemies in
crowbar would shatter it.
FT 500. Nice. That is good. Okay, now we gotta leave. What is this?
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall.
Oh.
A note on the side says, tokens unavailable due to strike.
Okay, that's the phone. Yay. So nice.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door
Green
reads
Arnold.
René Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather.
If you must. But please hurry. We are...
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. Looks like the inhabitant is rather pedantic when it comes to order.
Let's
It's a
grab
black
it.
and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair.
Why did you take that picture of René? You're really interested in that old soldier. Not sure I understand your fascination, but...
The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons. Stale air floods through your nostrils. Not a single... The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers. They are slightly out of date. Oh boy, where to start? Elevated risk of dementia? Mini strokes? Don't think about that. Quick, think about something else. The enormity of the case before you dwarfs the list of side effects. You can't even see the side effects anymore.
Take it.
You take the painkillers. They are yours now. You stand and
Alright. I have to talk to this guy, right?
the accent is so
Container, used to be Well Pines. Container, now belongs to Evrart.
Nope. Okay. Time. Speed? Oh, okay. Hey, look for one. Look for speed. Oh, he's a huge man, that's for sure.
Before you is a walrus of a man, seated behind a large
Walrus
desk.
of a man.
He looks up from his work. With great effort, he straightens himself up with a mixture of expectation and impatience, well bottled.
Are you in
Welcome,
charge?
Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat. I'm Evrart Claire, head of the Debardeur's Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up.
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
Right.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
No.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions.
Multiple cheeses move like ocean
I,
wave.
too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
You're no Titan affiliation, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So tell me, how can the head of the Debardeur's Union help a representative of the...
The chair is incredibly uncomfortable. Fortunately, your ass is made of iron,
man.
and the chair is made of wood. Iron beats wood. You manage not to shift around too much.
Yes, my ass is strong.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Oh, you're gonna bribe me?
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
You can take that large check and shove it up your ass.
Okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
Oh, dang again.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is the world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. When he said, "Don't worry," he actually meant, be very worried.
I got this. Well, I was crazy in the railing in the hotel, right? That was like crazy. So I think most people would know, definitely.
Are you all right, Harry? You say you got this, but you seem a little anxious to me. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
Aha! Him.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Claire's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
No panic. Let's go.
Who does this guy think you are? Ronnie the Rookie? You ain't worried about no lost gun, or unpaid bill, or forgotten name. You're the bad cop. You're probably more corrupt than him. Fuck yes. You're part of the old guard, the ancient guard, the most corrupt, unholy cops in the land.
Black
Chill
Dragon,
out like
yay.
the black dragon you are. Summon a smile on your face. A big shit-eating grin like his. The fat man does the same, sinking deeper into his chair than one would think is physically possible. He seems to be enjoying your little display. Good. Now lean in with some corruption.
That we do, Harry. Let them say what they will about you and me. We're both born fighters. Why, thank you. It's always nice when a fellow professional appreciates your work.
That's it. Now kick back and add a final flourish for dignity.
This is a worm lair, and we both know why I'm here. To help grow your hold.
You strike me as a reasonable man, Harry. I like that in a lawman. Let's cut to the chase, shall we? What can Evrart Claire do for you?
I think we'd like to ask you a few questions. Don't you think so, Detective?
Somehow you managed to get yourself out of this one. Now quick, keep the momentum up. Whatever you do, don't ask him about the gun first. You don't want him thinking you're scared.
Okay, the gun will be the last. Let's go.
Harry, honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age... You did look like you were gonna collapse and die when I told you about your lost gun. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
Okay,
My
container.
dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbour. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is...
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Right. But that was like impossible. Then, yeah, let's go with the boat.
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Evrart? My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done. It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
It's Harry. Harry Dubois. And I can work with you, Harry. Now, what else can I do for you?
A family?
Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry?
Yes,
Well,
I do.
Yes. I'm sure you're going to make one little boy or a girl very happy and proud one day, Harry. Harry, you're not simply a cop, you're a star. A bright shining star, and of course I do, Harry. And I'm gonna help you shine. I'm gonna...
He's probably just making a guess based on your recent activity in Martinez.
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
This translates into, haha, you guys are so corrupt.
Corruption
I
is
find
all.
that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
Let's go.
As you look at the folder, Evrart covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you.
Okay,
Nope.
Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on.
Okay. Union.
What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any jolly fat guy, but I can't take slander.
The reaction appears to be sincere, but it's impossible to tell with this guy, honestly.
No comment. And then I think he's just gonna say no comment either. Well,
You've hurt me, Harry. Me, a friend. But you know what?
And gets over it in 2 seconds. Seems like it didn't really hurt him.
I trust you, like I trust all my friends. And I know you'll never talk to me about this again, because you don't want to wound me. So do what you want, and let's change the subject.
He's hiding his real reaction beneath courtesy.
Thank you for your understanding. We will continue to do what we must.
You too, Lieutenant. You know, I like you, but you never were my favorite.
None taken. Did we have anything else to do here, Harry?
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me, but there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk...
Yes, that sounds good.
okay.
Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines.
I'm not sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen.
Come now. I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Harry, I'm a very busy man.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Miss... Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. A loud, blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
Based on the drama, I think we could actually get it. Pretend, right? Pretend a bit.
Fantastic, Mike. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Yes, we're all trying to do what's best for Martinez. Don't feel like you shouldn't work with her just because you and I are such good friends.
Whoa, that's so nice of him. Suspiciously nice.
What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go.
Oh.
He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left. Harry, I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. Well, honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is.
It's hard to say if he really lost his temper, or if this is another one of his tricks. This man almost never angers visibly.
I'm just a nice guy, Harry. I wouldn't be where I am now if I wasn't nice. Politics is all about emotions, and I want you to have positive emotions when you think of me.
Okay then, positive emotions it is. You like positive emotions.
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
It's a fortress. He knows she can't get in here. He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Right.
Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting.
That's weird.
Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. When she got back, the whole thing was over.
Wait, there was no mention of a casserole from Joyce.
Harry. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew, or a hairdryer, or an iron. The point is, her heart wasn't in it. Mine was. Yes. Low balling, of course. This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people.
His expression makes it clear. This is childish and irresponsible.
Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization. I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything.
This is weird. Not nice weird, but okay.
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Right.
Here. You're one of us now. A real red and white union man. Take care, Harry.
Ooh, that was not too bad.
Mr. Debardeur, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair. Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Really?
Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
Uh-oh. It's kind of tough, actually.
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
I guess you don't have a choice.
He is not.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
See you soon.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
Label Utopia. Well, was nice
It's
enough.
but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right, you talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk. The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
The man whispered,
Hold on.
Jamais vu. Derealization.
This is done.
Jamais vu.
Deja
The
vu.
opposite of deja vu. Not already seen,
Ooh.
but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears
Nice.
strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you? A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open? Of course, I got you. You don't know anything. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
Political reasons, eh?
Oh, so the none of the above type, are you? I get it, I get it. I like to keep my distance too. But it doesn't matter. It's a good thing you're doing. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the wailing in rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
He means he's not going to tell you because he doesn't know. But he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're working for...
We're negotiating our share. Aye. All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process.
This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page. Communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people or deporting them to a labor camp in southeast Grad. But don't say that out loud if you're a communist.
I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman. I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties, watches out for his own.
By that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish. He is reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway. And moralism is the most corrupt of them all.
This man has political theory, and it has not failed him today.
Ooh.
No. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all. Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't. then how can anything ever be mine? But that's okay. We don't have to agree. The prairie is wide enough for all of us. Sure, I've had the necessary free time. Fortunately, there's always time.
The look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding. It all comes together now. The way he speaks about scabs, his general attitude, that of a noble peasant or a traveling herdsman. True to yourself, independent in your actions, loyal to your friends.
Ooh. It's not disco. That's right.
The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching for...
Oh, what's that?
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez. It's also about that, but it's also more. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin. It's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
What? Kingdom of Conscience? What the heck is this Kingdom of Conscience? I need to check it out. This is a bit wrong though. Where is this Kingdom of Conscience?
It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times. Incrementally. Yawn. You'd get there faster with a little speed. Speaking of, when are you going to get on that? While history's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment. Tisk tisk. Just because you live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs above the needs. You may never live to see the Kingdom of Conscience. What sang for? What a fucking joke. Do you believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed?
Yeah?
There you have it. Sometimes holding the line is progress.
Hold the line, eh?
The kingdom is difficult to comprehend, partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The Kingdom of Conscience is post-capital. It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual.
Moralist. Kingdom of Conscience. Does that mean? That's pretty good. Let's go for it.
Slow down, Mr. Reasonable. Did you miss the part about compromising? That's right. Remember, real democracy is just around the corner for Revachol. When that real democracy kicks in, a long time from now, we are all going to be so much happier.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
Shit, this is good.
Kuno doesn't.
It is safe.
fuck does Kuno care? Kuno gets it from his dad. Kuno and his dad, a major problem is, Kuno and his dad had a little falling out. Now Junkie's clawing at Kuno's door. Dirty Popo man is you. In there is Kuno's violent dad on steroids. Kuno's dad does steroids and speed. If you can take him, you can have half of the speed.
Oh, yes.
Kuno's dad is a fucking monster. He's the most violent man in Revachol. He doesn't give a shit about a single thing.
Looks like we're looking at a close-quarters fight in some rundown drug den. Bongs falling, hookers screaming. You should use the environment against him. You can't afford to take a hit from this guy. I mean, anabolic steroids and speed. You're best off dodging blows, wearing him out until he has a heart attack. You know how you'd be best off here? With a gun. I'd be the star of the show if you only had a working gun.
Like half? A baggie, but like in this vial?
That's half a gram.
Yeah, half a G. Want it or not? Fuck you talking about half a G?
You can barely see it because there's barely any.
Okay, Kuno's listening.
Unit speed. Die?
Sure. Confiscate it for Kuno, and you can have half.
So half of a half is a quarter, right? We're probably talking...
Kuno's violent dad's got Kuno's key, so you need to fuck your way in there. Go to the pier side, bang on the door till the cleaning gimp lets you in. That's how Kuno does it. Then you go to room 12 and kick down the door, police violence style. That's what Kuno does. And then it's action time. You're locked in the room with violent fuckhead. That's it. Next time Kuno sees you, you better have his shit.
What the hell are you signing us up for here? Okay then.
Okay.
Kuno doesn't...
The spread pattern of these bullet holes makes your chest ache. Your breath grows heavier. More old bullet holes. Half a century at least. From the revolution. You peer into the faded marks in the stone. They peer back like an endless row of tiny black holes. Sweat starts your chest feels tight looking at them. It's closing in, caving in, ever tighter.
You okay there? You were looking pale there for a second. What are you looking at?
Bullet hole?
Remnants from the revolution. These are over half a century old. No, we are not constructors and renovators. And these bullet holes do not warrant an investigation. Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it. Should we go?
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air. And the royal lion, Guillaume's kitten, this knocker will last a lifetime and then some.
Whoa.
The leather upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. You don't hear any movement. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp. You knock silently. The upholstery muffles the sound.
I guess no one is in?
You're pretty sure the owner of the apartment isn't here. It's...
Let's be honest. This isn't what I joined the RCM for, but every day tells you something new about yourself. Apparently, working with the local union boss to get info on an investigation is not something I'm squeamish about. I mind that the local thug is using the RCM for his busy work. But if this gets us to the bottom of this hanging, then I'm willing to look over it. On the other hand, we could just leave and tell Evrart we opened the door. No one seems to be tailing us to see if we actually did it. Yes, presenting a fabrication is known to get results here and there. You took this task. You make the call.
The door is right here. You can just open it and be done with this.
Oh. Lie, eh? Oh, we can talk to this guy.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette.
Not looking for any trouble, officer. I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
It's the god of cigarettes and youth. Ask him if he's got anything to spare. Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Apologies, but this is my last one.
The god himself has denied you absolution.
I'm not sure that's a good idea. I'm not throwing anything.
There's no way you'd catch that cigarette. Yes, really. Don't even try.
As you wish. Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat.
Yeah.
He keeps stealing looks at the neighboring window.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
By God, this young man has the body of a decathlete. His lithe form was practically made for vaulting over the high.
Help you? No, sorry, gendarme. I have to run. Occasionally. Why? No. I just like to look good. Trust me, I'm not a team player. My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
That's definitely not his real name.
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice? I can tell that you finally got him down. Thank you. It was quite a disturbing sight, even by Martinez's
What were you doing last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
What?
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Oh.
Last week? I don't know. Look.
You didn't answer the question.
I had a friend over. It was my Sunday friend.
A Sunday friend?
Intriguing.
How intriguing. He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. In the neighboring window, someone hides behind a curtain. Those windows have eyes, and those eyes are watching, spying on you through.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Oh no, bombing the cigarette was dumb. Let's go anyway.
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance? For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes. Compassion and a hint of understanding.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
But, hold on. What's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone placed right next to the front door. It's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
Oh. Stone, eh?
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there. If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment.
Oh, that's the stone, eh? Ah. Okay. I'm just gonna try to unlock this and see what happens.
The door to the weasels. You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of... Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. The sound of the key turning still echoes in the yard. Well, buddy, you opened it. No need to go inside. It would be rude. Good job. Let's go now. There's nothing else to do than to leave and tell Evrart. No, as you hold the open door, you can feel the air moving. This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerain. This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around. It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns.
The tenant is an old-fashioned guy.
By old-fashioned, he means very right-wing.
Bow down to the flag.
The lieutenant does not bow to the flag. It accepts your... It is not my flag, he thinks. My...
Oh. Oh.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each...
A lot of stuff there,
A
though.
row of mugs sits a little ring. Though cheerful, the lieutenant picks up one of...
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home.
There's the missing tin soldier. Whoever lives here might have used the whirling's container to dump his trash.
Oh.
And now they've drawn the ire of the Union. The plot thickens, as they say.
An interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues have a way of magically connecting to other clues down the road.
Who knows? I'm not expecting too much from this clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out to be some random local matter, but still, a nice coincidence.
Nice. Oh. Did miss that out? That's weird. Wonder if I can lock it.
A stone, there's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
This must be for the front door. Pity doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has many apartments and the man can be in any of them. We'll just have to go in and see.
Yay. Oh, walking classroom.
The ship takes off like a silvery mosquito, unfolding its rotor blade arms.
Yes? Hello? Me? No one. I'm just the one.
She doesn't really want to be... If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
Not all the time. Right now I'm browsing books. Even a working class woman needs something to read. I know you are.
Everyone can see that. The rectangles.
What with?
What with? A lot of things. For example, people tend to go missing. Help her by carrying things? Maybe she needs a weightlifter. Maybe she needs you to fight her husband. Her hands move over the book covers. The tips of her fingers look. An array of neurons fire up with joy. Bum her a cigarette, lest it turn to pain.
No, I don't. Why do you think that I smoke?
Oh.
It's not like yours look much better.
She is right. Your hands look even worse than hers, with tiny cuts and gushes covering your skin like a spider web. These are the hands of someone who smoked for at least 20 years, as evidenced by the discoloration of fingers. Marks on your skin may point to past
I already told you I don't have any.
She's lying. She's goddamn lying. She has smokes.
Sorry, officer.
She's lying. Lying. Lying.
No, I'm not lying. Why should I lie?
You'd lie too, wouldn't you? You'd lie and steal and cheat.
From the kiosk? There's one near the harbor. It's frita. You can look it up.
Give it to me.
She sighs.
My husband? No, he's not. I don't know. At home now?
Where is this going, officer?
Yes, but I don't know. Why are we still talking about...
Kids are always going missing. Weak, pathetic.
No, absolutely not. Are you a policeman or a nanny? They are not missing...
You know where they are. They're at home. Smoking. No, they're at a disco. Getting down. Stupid disco dancing teenagers.
Disco.
What? That's just... My daughters are perfectly fine. They're with their friends down in Shamrock. There's nothing to worry about. They're almost grown up now anyway. They're past the age they need me protecting them from everything.
What is this doubt you have then? Something has happened here.
My youngest girl, Jolie, is just shy of 16. Jenny, she is turning 18 next month. But we shouldn't even be talking about them. Why do you need to know this? Haven't I repeatedly told you that they're not missing? That they're in Shamrock, safe and well?
Did someone say party?
Party.
You could use a party. Hunt it down.
There is no investigation here. I can tell you that. No, absolutely not. Are you a policeman or a nanny? They are not...
You know where they... No, they're at a disco. Getting down.
What? That's just... They're almost...
What is this doubt you have then? Something has happened here.
My youngest, why do you need to...
Did someone say...
A killer party? What is it with you and Pulp Staples? My God. Please, no more talk about my daughters. I don't mean to disrespect, sir.
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get ladies. It's better to indulge him at this point.
I don't even have a cockatoo. And guess what?
It's a trap. Never ever say what.
Great. Wonderful.
The woman before you, not...
Yeah, we didn't manage to grab anything. Yeah, let's just have all the green stuff for money. So freaking poor. Need all this for money. 10 cents is something. I need to steal. I need to check out. I need to sell all those bottles as well. Another boring book.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside. The maps look old and faded. Your eye... This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Ozon, Laurentide, Fas Alamir, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands. All just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white. disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou. In a bookstore, it's you. Radiating outwards from you, the suzerain Revachol. With a radius of 80 kilometers, still, the crown jewel of this Isola would be barely visible. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seol is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called. Connections to other worlds. Words past the Incelindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods. But looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Perhaps they are gods. Gods of distance and outer dust. The north coast of a verdant to the east, rolling hillsides. Le Jardin, Stella Marie. The suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, Coudon. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad. It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock. The strip of coal. No, Coal City is worse. A charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. And then there's the burnt-out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with built. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbour. Even the whirling in rags there.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. That old thing? It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be, from when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamp.
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap.
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
Do it.
You peek at the storekeep, waiting for her to be distracted. When she's not looking, you deftly rip the map off the bulletin board and pocket it. You're now the proud owner of a map of Martinez.
Logic? Okay. Got some logic right there.
The worn map features the patchwork. Your finger moves through the various, finally coming to a halt on the...
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and select the map tab.
Nice. Map tab. Where the heck is it? Oh, there it is. Box of sunglasses. Ooh. Sitting dog. Trash container. Is really done? Okay. Better send the detective over. Okay, let's go.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep...
All right. I can drive him to work on the case.
This means, Lieutenant, if you have not...
I will need a little...
Bye, Lieutenant. Okay, is this the apartment, I wonder? Ooh.
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. An unpaid energy bill is attached, threatening to cut off the electricity. It's addressed to Mr. Uno de Reuter. Your heartbeat quickens, palms go sweaty. The siren of amphetamine is singing you her song. Shabby door hangs oddly on its hinge. No response. The apartment numbers have fallen off the door. Nothing happens. It must be a good thing you already have the chain cutters in your hand. Nothing left snip. The cut. Don't let the quiet fool you. You can just go in now.
Years ago. Feels like someone is sleeping.
A phone book lies open on the table, covering a stacked score. It's right there, baby. Today you pocket the bottle as if it were the... Don't wait. Celebrate. Blast that shit right here. Take inventory. Blast it before you face the beast. De Reuter. You're going to need the encouragement.
Wait, I got something done.
Of conscience. The kingdom of conscience will be exactly as it is now. Moralists don't really have beliefs. Sometimes they stumble on one, like on a child's toy left on the carpet. The toy must be put away immediately, and the child reprimanded. Centrism isn't change, not even incremental change. It is control over yourself and the world. Exercise it. Look up at the sky, at the dark shapes of the coalition airships hanging there. Ask yourself, is there something sinister in moralism? And then answer, no. God is in his heaven. Everything is normal on earth.
Ooh.
A bundle of clothes heaped on the bed. In the dark, it looks like a nest.
Oh.
Something underneath there is breathing. It doesn't give a shit that you're a cop. Stop your hand now, or you're gonna die.
I'm gonna die, let's go.
Your hand touches a greasy duvet covered in cigarette burns and ketchup. It's deep in suffering somehow.
Let's go.
You see a 60-year-old fat red-headed man passed out from large amounts of alcohol and God knows what else. The smell of shit rises from his mouth.
Oh man.
You don't have to take him down. He's already down.
I took amphetamine, old man.
Silence. Only he wouldn't be too thrilled to learn you stole his stash. It was the last thing keeping him functional. The light from the window is weak, but it's... Don't forget his face. The bloated and reddened cheeks. The bulbous nose.
30 years of alcohol.
This would be Kuno after 30 years of alcohol and substance abuse. There's still plenty to be scared of here. Just not what you thought. No response. A pair of half-open bug eyes is staring back at you from the... His half-open eyes give him the look of a dead man. But he is in there, and not enjoying himself.
Yeah, that sounds like couldn't say.
Somewhere just out of earshot, a glass bottle explodes. A man's voice shouts, "You fucking kids!" And then the screech of sneakers pounding the pavement. A girl's voice yelling, "Got him!" And a painfully shrill laugh piercing the air. The pile of blankets grunts. It's hot, a coronary artery bypass graft. Take out his liver and replace it with a new one. Somehow undo 20 years of neurological damage from stimulants.
Save and do it.
The agent, a lump of flesh, is sticking out from under the blanket. And look, the other foot is camouflaged by a striped sock bearing the name Maxtor is a gas company. He's wearing free socks from a gas company. They probably came with the bills.
Yeah,
the
it seems like it.
Rises from the man's throat, dry like a death rattle. He's trying to say something in his sleep. The bear is trying to wake up.
Oh ho ho.
The man groans once again, but his tongue keeps failing him. It's impossible to make out the syllables. A hand emerges from the blankets, trying to gesticulate something, and then it dawns upon you, clear and surreal. Pig, he says. He's trying to call you a pig. His hand falls back on the bed, limp and defeated. A loud snore escapes his mouth. He's asleep again.
Oh, that's weird. Nothing here though.
A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to -20 degrees Celsius. It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room. She had an eye for beauty. Is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression. Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment.
That's interesting. Oh.
Hands you hold 16 days of Coldest April by Yekatina Dahl. Indeed, the book is unusually heavy in your hands, as though the cover were lined with lead. You flip through the book. The pages are thinner than you realized, and the type quite small and tightly set. It's nearly 600 pages long. Real art is dense and difficult. If it didn't feel like you had to wrestle a suicidal bear to get through it. The back cover is dominated by a black and white photograph of the author. She can't be much older than her mid-30s in this photograph. And yet, from this cover, the eyes of a sad old woman. In cold, detached prose, the author describes a scene from one of the Yugograd riots in the 20s. The Yugograd riots took place from 27 to 29. Fueled by ethnic unrest and the state's repressive tactics, these events are often seen as marking the end of a brief period of liberalization known as the Yugograd Spring. As ethnic tensions run wild, a pair of young lovers meet each other on the street. Somehow, in the middle of all the chaos, they manage to lock arms and look into each other's eyes. It would physically hurt you to keep reading. Are you sure?
Oh.
Fuck it. Do it. It can't be worse than what you've already felt. They go through a brief and somewhat awkward love affair.
Oh.
And in the end, they betray each other and succumb to the absurdity of Gradian life. He toils through the daily drudgery at the Lenka Polyfabricate. Happiness and fulfillment have eluded him his whole life. And in the end, he has nothing to do but dedicate himself to the craft. She spends the next several decades standing at a conveyor in a Sosnovo fish processing plant. The memory of their short time spent together tortures the former lovers ceaselessly until the end of
Kinda
their
sad,
days.
though.
As life leaves their remains between the soil sheets, their final thoughts are filled with regret. Good stuff. I fucking loved this.
Just here to get the pain, eh? Ouch.
That isn't just a five-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram. The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mazov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear to symbolize the toppling of the old order. Also, some social democrats were already using it because white is the color of peace. You see noble aims, but also mountains upon mountains of corpses. They should have taken a more measured approach. The price of idealism, unrestrained by humanism.
Interesting.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number 11. No reply. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise.
Let's go.
This door has been closed with the shackle snaps like a twig and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now.
I'm just gonna break in and grab whatever inside. Oh.
Master Investigator, you just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you? Attaboy, the world's secrets were made for you. They wait patiently for you to uncover them.
Ho ho! Gem rock shuffler. Oh yeah, I don't have any points now. Heck. Okay.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged. Honestly, he does kind of look like you after all.
Yeah, a little bit. Communist.
A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than the closet. The bust doesn't reply. The hallway behind the door is empty. No one heard your words. The bust doesn't reply. The hallway behind the bust doesn't reply.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronch.
This woman's health is failing her. There's not much to do. Not in this damp.
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me. Now, what do
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Right.
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways. If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
That's so weird.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery. She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
Yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil.
Smoking like a devil.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for? Talk?
Oh shit.
What was so funny about
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening. Ask away, policeman. The hell am I supposed to know? Another nut job, I assume.
She really doesn't like those nut jobs. Bad blood there.
People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone.
That's true.
They probably just moved or died. Hopefully somewhere else.
No one lives there. It's been empty for months. Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there. Maybe it's those countercultural people again. Breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Great.
Oh yeah?
Young people. They're worse than
Number
rats.
10.
You know, oh, that one is a scientist. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall. The symbol of what now? Ah. All
I think she
I know
understands
about politics is that it's brought us more harm than good.
Another hallway, oh yeah.
I don't want to talk about Deweeters. Addicts, all of them.
Whoa.
And sometimes I hear them screaming. They don't like me cleaning behind their door. Think I'm listening in on their fights.
So she doesn't. Not after that one time. There's a that one time here.
No one likes them in this building. It's only because of the kids they haven't been thrown out. I don't like talking about those people. The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them.
That's kind of sad.
Still, she leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
She mumbles some kind of...
Okay. Okay, should be good. Oh, that was a nice shoe right there. Respond to indirect modes of taxation. I don't have any idea what does it mean. Affluent moneymaker, man. Okay, but I'm now interrogating, so let's see if this works.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an
Asian.
agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here.
Boy, there are a lot of different keys there. More than 20.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too? Very well, but please make it quick. I need to be back in La Delta in an hour.
The Delta.
I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place. It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent.
A sudden serious look crosses her face.
Yeah,
This story
it's never a
didn't ever
happy
have the
ending.
But that was months ago. Anyway, Was there anything you wanted, or is that it? I'm in a hurry. Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door. And there's a hole in the wall.
So preppy. She's probably on some low-grade performance enhancers, like Peptide.
A hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone. Just like that.
The sum must have been puny.
Well, it does not disappear from my hands. No, I don't let it. These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture, a million-real view of the bay, good ventilation, neighbors, life, spark, and they are affordable.
Looks like crap to me.
I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. In a few years, it's going to blossom with artists and creatives and those radio computer wizards. Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time or resources to fix it. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both. Of course.
The luxury of fine things. Just look at those black monk straps. After spending an entire day hustling, who's to say that you didn't deserve a pair of ridiculously expensive shoes on your tired feet? Beautiful things give you a rush. It's power. Crafting your style, draping your flesh in silken leather, deciding how to present yourself to the world. Remember, when they come to take it away from you, you worked for those shoes. Whether you like it or not, wearing these shoes has made you more liberal, ultra-liberal. They're either a gateway drug or a booster pack to get you deeper into free market ideology.
Give me a moment. I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them.
And then they start killing real estate agents. Imperceptibly slow. Killing real estate. Yeah, in the future, iPhone and everything is gonna come.
Oh, I do like wizards. And people like
I
that
get
in
money
general.
from this.
They have a lot to tell us about our fates.
She means clairvoyance.
What's going on?
Working class drunk. You know what this means, right? Cracked it. All in a good day's work. What do you mean, what did I crack?
Is it
Look
there?
at how working class that drunk is. Yes, and you found him. Didn't she repeatedly tell you her husband isn't missing though?
Okay, that's kind of weird. Let's
There's
go.
no need for champagne when there's honor, recruit. Go and tell the working class woman what you found.
Yeah, weird. Y'all made the
Does
money.
Kuno care? Here, pig. We're fun now. Performance buddies.
Oh yeah, baby.
Kuno could already see you soaring through the air like a fucking eagle. Pig's in Kuno's debt now. Money debt?
Money debt doesn't mean anything. He's just saying words.
Kuno doesn't... Fuck, does Kuno care? Alright, so you got Kuno's kilo. Here is how we do it. First, that's how we split it. It's the best way. Street way.
Yeah, what about your dad?
Word on the street is, you sent your little friend in dressed as a hooker, distracted him. That's some sick shit. tell your little slanty-eyed friend the spec from the Kuno wants to hear all about it, but first we split the kilo, then we shoot the shit. Kuno knows what Kuno means.
Kuno means gram.
Kuno means gram. Should I even give this drug to a kid? Kind of weird, right? It's gonna be so weird. Like a 12-year-old kid getting a drug. But then again, this game is crazy, so I think it. Nah. We're gonna have to build some rapport with Kuno.
Wow, that's heavy. There you go. More than half in there. Kuno's fucking honourable like that.
Ooh.
Now tell me, how the fuck are you still alive, pig?
How did it?
The fuck do you know about Kuno's life? Yeah, we got
6 meters underground, below piping from before the war, the collapsed remains of the Martinez storm drain system. There are 2 stolen flashlights with piles of batteries next to them.
Yeah, you do some Sambo shit, sneak in. Was the Beano-clad hooker thing real?
Sambo is an
Sambo.
acronym for Samoan boxing, graceful martial arts stuff. Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool. Just letting you know.
What?
His posture changes. The swaying rooster motion stops for a second.
Fuck right. Kuno's dad was sleeping like a bum. Kuno told ya. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about anything. Fucking breaking and entering shit. That's nothing to Kuno's dad. You got lucky, pig. Kuno knew this. Kuno's fucking violent fiend dad's been drinking hard lately. Kuno knew you have a way in. Narrow window. Kuno window.
No. Nah, he's nothing.
Yeah, Kuno's dad is fucking nothing. Fucking coma shit, stroke shit. Kuno's dad is so fucking violent. Kuno's gonna have one too. Gonna be just like Kuno's dad. Speed shit, crime shit, fucking on the bed.
Stop saying all this sad shit, Kuno.
Fuck are you talking sad? Kuno's got hard shit, death shit, nothing shit. Get your fucking nun ass out of here before Kuno fucks it dead. You think cause you brought Kuno 1 gram of speed turn into... Kuno ain't turning into shit. Kuno is that.
If he doesn't stop soon, he's going to collapse from exhaustion.
Kuno won! Oh, you won, Kuno!
Yeah, so fucking what? Fuck are you talking to Kuno about that kiddie shit?
He's trying to fuck you again.
Fuck out of here. Kuno knows it's fucking lame. That's why Kuno changed it. Kuno can change his name into anything.
Don't change your name into that, Kuno.
Fuck right there were. Fucking 3 years or some shit. Fuck that shit. Kuno's gonna move underground. Leroy Am shit. Ancient shit. Kuno's gonna live in a fucking catacomb.
Yeah, in a tomb, Kuno.
Yeah, pig. This shit is done. Now get the fuck out of Kuno's face Kuno needs to drop the bomb. Kuno doesn't...
Now that you've acquired some stimulants, it's time for a little pick-me-up. Time to detect.
Yes, it's gonna make me into a super cop.
It'll make you into more than that. A mega cop.
This
is your modus operandi. This is how you've done it for years. Let's go. See? That's your problem. A lack of confidence. Speed can help you with that. It can help you with everything. It's not ideal, no. But you need the zeal. Let's face it, you're never going to finish this case without cheating.
Let's go.
You raise the bottle, close a nostril, and inhale furiously. The rush is almost immediate. It tastes bitter and caustic and stings a bit inside your nose.
Mamma mia! Good to have you back, Officer Megacop.
Now the taste is slowly receding into your throat. The rush is growing in intensity, your little heart pounding like a bird in a cage. A sweat breaks out across your brow. Your jaw clenches. You could work with this high. Like, literally work. Solve the case. File some papers. Maybe clean up your hostel room. Then solve another case. Then start a side investigation into the
shit, I'm too high now.
Then build a radio computer. Whoa, this shit is strong. This shit is disco. To this, you kidding? There are downsides to not being on it. Spring. Everything is clear around you. You're ready to concentrate on the next task in the task chain.
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a speed button. Speed gives +1 to motoric skills. Perception.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast oceanic soul.
Karaoke? Really?
Utterly. And it needs to be through a PA set by other people, whether they like it or not.
Rev it up to your ears,
says your adrenaline gland.
I'm gonna be a
Violently
superstar or
express
super
yourself.
cop.
Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and you should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic small church song. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed.
Right. Okay. Gotta pay for the night.
Help you. I am a gander and
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up.
from another planet. Hey there. You sure are, my man. It's the jam, my man.
The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oils, heavy metals and other byproducts of the modern era.
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight, no explanation given. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout. Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need?
Smokes.
Nope, don't smoke. Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few around, waiting for the jam to disperse. Or waiting for the sweet release of death.
You really need them smokes. Need them. Got to get some. You sure he's not lying to you? You can't trust a lorry man. Hey, isn't he like smoking right now? The smell is in the air.
Okay. But this is my last one. And it's a bad habit. You should quit before both of us have lung cancer.
Are you sure you don't already have lung cancer?
Spare some change.
Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any money. The bosses, man.
First work, then pay.
Yeah, it sure ain't good for me. Or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down on his luck. If I had, say, 4 myself. It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out.
Going on strike would probably help you dodge a bullet or two.
Maybe you should. Cops don't get paid much and the hours are long. Plus, you can get shot. Why not? Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town too. Like a strike negotiator type. They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on this.
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the better. When one's ended, you can get onto that. He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior.
Uh-oh. Empathy, wow. Okay.
Don't be a stranger.
This is kind of tough.
The Jamrock Shuffle.
Oh, we got it. We need some empathy for that
way,
role,
yes,
though.
you are treasure hunting. Most officers from Precinct 41 do what is called the Jamrock Shuffle, cracking open containers. Most of them are from Jamrock or Coal City, the poorest parts of Revachol, that also overlap with the network of royal catacombs called Le Royaume, just beneath the streets. As children, you would all go underground, hoping to find treasure, and come back with a rat's tail or a used needle. That playful curiosity must still be in you. Who knows, maybe one day the Orbe de Montagne, the Holy Scepter, and the Cocaine Skull will all be yours.
Yeah, that's weird. I ran out of spot. Most likely I will need to get some of the ones. Motorics learning release. Pretty good, some kind of superstar. This is good. This is okay. Release dialogues +1 morale.